Hi everyone, it's Ravi, aka the Junior Explorer, and I'm here with some breaking news. Beyond Lithium completes oversubscribed unit private placement for gross proceeds of $935,500. Now, this podcast is going to be a relatively short one, as I plan on doing a more in-depth video in the next few days covering their three main projects and their 10 phase one projects. So let's just rewind a couple of weeks ago on October 23rd, at the very bottom of the Air Falls update news release. Beyond Lithium quietly mentions a private placement of up to $600,000. Now, I have zero issues with tucking this at the bottom of their news release, and nor do I have any issue with the size of the private placement. Remember, this is a company that's tightly held by insiders. Their mandate is to ensure a tight share structure and to avoid dilution. So I really like how they're approaching financing and kind of ensuring that there's no dilution in the share structure. Now moving forward, November 10th, Beyond Lithium announces upsized private placement to 750,000. And then fast forward to today, November 17th, they announced the completion of an oversubscribed private placement of 3 million, just shy of a little over 3 million shares for gross proceeds of $935,500. So the significance of this is twofold, in my opinion. First, we're in a time when most juniors are struggling to raise capital. There's only a handful of lithium juniors that I know that have no issues raising money. The first is obviously Brunswick, and the second is Beyond. In both cases, each company had private placements that were oversubscribed. Now, here's a quick recap of a quote in the news release. So, the strong demand for our private placement in what some would describe as a challenging financing market for exploration companies further highlights the quality of our lithium assets in Ontario and the success of our 2023 exploration campaign to date. So why is this significant? Well, in my opinion, we're fast approaching a point where there'll only be a handful of juniors that have meaningful projects with real exploration and drills turning. All of those other juniors will end up in no man's land, maybe no cash. They'll become zombie companies, as Kaiser used to describe, a few years back. So something just going to keep in consideration. And then the second piece is Beyond's private placement is twice oversubscribed, with the second one being, plus 25% of the previous upsized PP. This can translate into a couple things. So one is a larger drill program for Air Falls in 2024, and could potentially, fund, anywhere from a 3,000 to 5,000 meter program. Now, I didn't do any math on the cost per meter, but that would be the hope that they can go to a larger drill program. And this could help fund the spring 2024 work in Cosgrave and Victory without any further dilution. So I think that there's some good things kind of in the pipeline there. So some catalysts over the next few weeks. They're awaiting assay results from over 500 rock and channel samples and 240 drill core samples. And in my next podcast, I'm going to talk through drilling that they did at Air Falls, the 7 holes, kind of their approach there. And then we'll talk, obviously, the other couple of projects. And then the other piece in terms of catalysts, again, regarding those samples and drill core, 70% of these come from the Victory, Air Falls, and Cosgrave projects. So there are 3 main projects. A lot of work was done. We're going to expect a lot of results and a lot of good news. So, this will also help them guide their upcoming drill program at Victory and Air Falls. And it'll definitely give them some good indication on kind of how they want to approach Cosgrave moving forward. So let's just quickly talk their 3 main projects. So here we have their 3 major discoveries. We got Victory, spodumene discovery. We have Air Falls, which just wrapped up their drilling program. Again, another spodumene discovery. And then we have the Cosgrave Lake, which is a pegmatite intrusive stock discovery. And then they still had some, they did quite a bit of work here on their phase 1 exploration project. So there's 10 of them in total. So again, a lot of things in the hopper there. I expect a lot of good things in the near future. Okay. And then in regards to Victory, a couple of quick little highlights there. You know, two large spodumene-bearing pegmatites measuring between 40 to 50 meters in width and traced over 200 to 300 meters along strike on surface. And then the other piece is we have a 6 kilometer long structural corridor that supports discovering more similar size spodumene pegmatites. So in my opinion, again, I think Victory is going to be their flagship project, just the sheer size of these pegmatites and the fact that there's this long corridor. I like the potential of Victory. And then moving over to Air Falls, just a couple of highlights. They have a stripping program designed to expose the extension. I mentioned about them completing their drilling program, total of 7 holes with assays pending. So I do like Air Falls as well, and I expect some follow-up drilling as I guess a phase 2 drilling in probably February or March of next year. And then just the last piece, Cosgrave, couple highlights. You know, Beyond Lithium discovers the new LCT pegmatite intrusive stock, also known as a fertile pluton. And the significance is this pluton is quite large. It's 266 hectares in size. So again, I expect some work to happen as they get more of these results back. So a great way to end the week for those Beyond Lithium shareholders. I think we'll see an avalanche of news releases over the coming weeks. And assays from the Air Falls drill program, hopefully by the beginning to middle of December. Again, this is a solid management team, strong technical team, and a company with good quality assets. You know, they've delivered on everything they've promised, and they've done so in a very quick timeline. How this thing is at 10, 11, 12 million market cap is completely puzzling to me. Lots of upside still on Beyond. So anyways, be on the lookout for a more in-depth podcast on why Beyond Lithium is quickly becoming my favorite lithium junior. This is the Junior Explorer signing off, and I hope everyone has a great weekend.